Hello, everybody. Coming to you live on this Thursday afternoon, and my tripod will not stay up. I thought I had it tight enough, but evidently I don't. Got too much on it. But I hope you're all doing well, and you've had a really good week. It's been a little while since I was on here, so we're going to make a pound cake today. Yesterday was National Pound Cake Day, and I didn't get around to doing it yesterday. I had a bunch going on, but today we're going to do it. So better late than never, right? So I'm excited. This is a no-fail recipe. It's in my latest cookbook called, I Hope It's Fit to Eat Second Helpings. And in my book, it's called Wando's Pound Cake. And I've done a video and called it a Crunchy Top Pound Cake. It really is a great recipe, and I always enjoy making it. So if you have all the ingredients at home, which you probably don't, some of you might, go grab it out real quick and make a pound cake with me. But this will be fun. And but before I get started, I have some really exciting news to share with you guys. I have a friend of mine who is in the process of launching a candle business. It's just a side hustle thing, and I think it's going to be really good. And I got to smell some of the fragrances and all that. And so I am partnering with his candle company. It's going to be called The Old Mill. And I have the first products. And when this video is over with, I'll be putting them on my website for you guys to go pre-order them. I'm really excited about it. When I say these smell incredible, I'm all about clean smells, and I love clean laundry, and I'm sure most of you guys do too. So I think you're really going to like these. And we're still testing with all these different fragrances to see how they're going to turn out. But this is the first of what I hope to be a really big line of home stuff. You never know what I'm going to dabble in, whatever you want to call it. I'm always, I wake up every day and ready for new stuff. So this is something that I truly am very excited about it. And this is the first candle. It's called Sweet Georgia Praline, and it's a 16-ounce tin, 14 ounces of wax. Obviously, you have to leave a little bit of room at the top for that initial burn. But you can see it says The Old Mill, collaborated Logan Smith. And this is the first one, Sweet Georgia Praline, and it smells like I wish I could hold it up and you could be able to smell it, but I know that's not possible. But it is one of the best smells, and I really think you'll like it. So you'll be able to order that from my website later today, and these will ship on or by March 20th, maybe even before. These are what you still call, they're in the curing stage. They've been poured, they were just poured this week. And so this is fresh wax, and you're supposed to let them cure for a certain amount of time before you burn them. So that's what these are doing. These are curing. We've not burned this, but it is great. And then I thought this is really cool. Y'all know, cool. You guys know how much I love coffee. And also there's the wax melt for the Sweet Georgia Praline. So we're going to have that as well. But this here, it is my coffee cup, and we did all the research to make sure it was safe to put wax and all that in here, and it was. So we have a Logan Smith candle. It's legit, and we're calling it a Cup of Joe. I think that is old school. It's cool. I love it. I'm a coffee lover, and this is, in fact, this one here, it's a coffee scent mixed with vanilla chestnut and like a cinnamony scent, whatever. But it smells so stinking good, and I think you guys are really going to like it. If you like coffee, I can only imagine how well that's going to make your kitchen smell. So I am really excited about that one. And then there's the wax melts for that as well, called Cup of Joe. So all this will be on my website later this evening for you to pre-order. And I can't wait for you guys to get your hands on them, smell them, get your feedback, because this is a test run. This is something we may do, make 100 of them and never do it again. But if they're really well, this could be the start to something really fun. So you guys never know. So this will be on my website a little later. And for those of you who are just tuning in, maybe we'll talk about it again later. But you're probably here for the pound cake. But I did want to tell you that's the exciting news, is we're going to have all kind of stuff coming out here very, very soon. So y'all keep a watch. And, of course, I'll post everything here on Facebook. So I'm excited. There's our oven. It's preheated. So I'm wasting time now. We'll get right on to this pound cake. But thank you guys for being here. Please comment where you're watching from. I love being able to go back and read all your comments, and that's what I'll do later, probably with a Cup of Joe. No pun intended. I probably will do that, seriously. So we're going to start this recipe. If you have my second cookbook, it is on page 86. We're going to start with 1 stick of unsalted sweet cream butter. And we're just going to throw this right here in our stand mixer. And we got some Conway Twitty over here on the jukebox playing. Nothing like that kind of stuff. I love it. Never get tired of it. So that's, if you hear some music going on in the background, that's what you hear in a little Conway Twitty today. Let me grab a spoon from down here. And we're going to scoop out a 1/2 cup of butter-flavored Crisco. And you can use plain Crisco. You could probably use another stick of butter, but this is Wando's recipe, and it calls for a 1/2 cup of Crisco. Now hers, I believe she used plain Crisco. She never told me butter-flavored Crisco. But I've got to where all I buy is butter-flavored Crisco. And I know a lot of you guys, I'm waiting for the first comment. Crisco, I'm out. I'm not doing it. Well, that's your loss. I don't know what to tell you. I enjoy, this stuff's been around. My grandparents lived, well, Pawpaw's still living, 91 years old, and he's eat Crisco, lard, and all that his whole life. So I guess if it kills you, it's really doggone slow, because he's made it to 91 and he's doing really good. So if you can't use it for cholesterol or a health or a medical condition, seriously, I get that. But it's good stuff. I don't know what else to tell you on that. So there is a 1/2 cup of our butter-flavored Crisco. And I'm just going to set this over here to the side. And we're going to go in with 3 cups of sugar. And that's going to be our first. That's all we got to do at first. And then we'll let that start creaming together while we move on to our next step. I tried to do a lot of this prep work before I went live. And so that always helps because I don't want you guys having to just hang here and watch me do all the prep as well. So I try to do that ahead of time. There's 1 cup. Let's see here. There's 2 cups. And almost there. A little more. And there's 3 cups. And there is our sugar. Let me do this over the sink. That canister, when you close it, the sugar splatters. And I can't stand unnecessary messes when I can prevent them by just doing it over the sink. So that's what I did there. Okay, we're going to put our little mixer thingy on here, whatever you want to call it, your beater. And lock that on really good. That's the best one. I recently made that pound cake. Made pecan. I love it, Sherry. Thank you for sharing that with me. Watching from Indianapolis. Did you see my comment on your singing post the other day? Don't kill me. I guess you're talking about me gaining weight. I did. So be it. I have, since I moved back from Nashville, I have no shame. I go to the gym every single day. And so while some of that is fat, some of it's muscle, it is what it is. I guess if you don't like the way I look, you can keep scrolling. I don't know what else to tell you on that. Okay, we're going to cream our butter and sugar. I am not offended by anything. I always tell you guys I learned a long time ago, opinions are like rear ends. Everybody has one. And that is the truth. So some people say when I was 130-something pounds, you're anorexic, you're too skinny, you eat a little bit, you're too fat. I just enjoy my life and have a good time. If you, it just is what it is. So there you go on that. Did you do anything special for your birthday? My aunt, she cooked for me. I went down there and we had a really good time. That was really about all I did for my birthday. Nothing too special. I'm easy to please. I have no, I'm very easygoing. But I did have a really good birthday. That was, gosh, going on a month ago now. That was seriously a month ago. Today, I've been 29 for 1 month. Let's see here. Anything else? Any other comments while this is doing its thing? I'm going to get our eggs ready. And we will get all that together. And I like cracking that in something separate. A big comment I always get is, why do you crack your eggs in something separate? And I always tell this story. If you've been here a long time, you probably have heard this story. But I always tell why I do it, just in case you guys have never had this experience. Hopefully you haven't. But I was making a pound cake. This has probably been 10 years ago. And on my 6th egg, pound cakes calls for a lot of eggs. On my 6th egg, it had blood in it, and that just teed me off. So I had to throw all that stuff away. So now I always crack my eggs separately in something else before I pour them in to make sure I don't have a bloody one. So that's just a little tip or a trick. If you've never had a bloody egg, congratulations, but it's bound to happen every now and then. So we're going to do our first egg. This is looking great. And we're going to start with our first egg. There's our first one. And I got out 6 specifically so I can just chunk this container when I'm done. And we're about to pour our first egg in. This has been going, 2 to 3 minutes. Hey, from Texas. You are healthy. Enjoy it. Doctors say that I've been around. I feel you guys. How's your weight changed since you moved? Well, that's been almost 2 years ago, too. Times change. Anything else? Hey, from Franklin, Tennessee, made the pound cake last week. I love it, Linda. Thank you for telling me that. Thanks for sharing that. Okay, we're going to pour our first egg in. There's one. And we're just going to leave that running as we add our eggs. And here's our second one. If you're new here, welcome. I know there's new people hitting that follow button every day, and I appreciate that very much. What I don't appreciate is me slinging a quarter of my egg on the counter, but that's all right. This will be number 3. If you are new here, you'll find out really quick I have ADD, and I can barely do 2 things at once. So it's very difficult for me to do these lives, but you only get better at something by doing it. So I can't expect to get no better or to be able to multitask if I never do it. So there's that. Okay, this is number 4 on our eggs. That one's a doozy. This will be number 4. This is going to be number 5. Y'all, I would say normally help me count so I don't put too many, but I know I have the right amount today. So I don't have to worry about messing up how many I put in here. Okay, number 6. And that's going to be all she wrote, y'all. There's our 6 eggs. Now I can get rid of this. And we will move on. I'm going to let that continue to get all. As I'm sure you guys may have watched maybe Mimi on here. I think she's in South Carolina. But she posts a lot of great cooking videos. And she says to everything gets well acquainted with one another. So I always like that statement. I think it's funny. She has her own little accent, and I love when she says it. Okay, there's our 6 eggs. I'm going to cut that off for a minute. And now we're going to go in with something I need to do is pour in. I'm going to whisk this together. It calls for a cup of heavy cream. So I sat this out about an hour ago. You don't have to let everything get room temperature, but it does help. My aunt is actually coming here tonight. My dad and mom are headed. For my dad to get, trying to recap what all I've done this week. It's been a lot. Monday, I went to Athens with, she's basically like another aunt. She's been in my life, my whole life. Mimi, she was the first person who ever cut my hair when I was a little kid. So she's seriously, she's family to us. So I went with her Monday to Athens to see her daughter cheer. And we had a really great time. So I did that on Monday. Tuesday, we worked experimenting on these candles and all that good stuff most of the day. I believe that's what I did on Tuesday. Yesterday, we did the same thing down at my aunt's house. And then today, we're doing all this good stuff. And then tomorrow, I sing in Conyers, Georgia. It's a private event. If it was public, I would post details on all that. But it's a private event that I'm really looking forward to. So I'm doing that tomorrow night. And so that will be if you know the information and you're going to be there tomorrow night, you will be the first people that will ever be able to purchase the candle stuff in person. So I saw somebody, I think Michelle, I saw her say she'll be there tomorrow. So Michelle, I'll see you tomorrow. We're looking forward to a really good night. I'm excited and honored to be a part. So tomorrow's going to be a lot of fun. So that's what is on my itinerary for tomorrow. Now we are going to alternate. I'm putting this here so I don't forget it. Okay, so we're going to, next, we're just going to alternate. I mixed a box. I didn't even tell you what I'm doing. I'm just talking away. I don't want to reach in the garbage, but it's right on top. I just took 3 cups of all-purpose flour. It's really hard to teach you how to do something if I forget to tell you. So y'all overlook me. Forgive me. This is 3 cups of all-purpose flour. I did this before I went live. And then I just poured in one 3.4 ounce. It's just a standard size box of vanilla pudding. This is great value. You're welcome to buy the Jell-O brand or whatever brand, Royal, whatever you prefer. But that is great value. I think 96 cents. You can't go wrong with that. So there's that. And now we are going to, I'm not going to turn the mixer on. I had a shield for this thing, y'all. And a sweet lady purchased me one a while back. And it was late, like 1 o'clock in the morning. I was doing dishes. And I stuck it in the dishwasher. And I woke up the next morning and it looked like it could probably fit this Crisco can versus my KitchenAid mixer. So it took me a while to admit on Facebook Live. This lady kept saying, why are you not using your KitchenAid cover? And I white lied a little bit and either said it was dirty or it was in the dishwasher. And now I got brave enough to just admit I had made a mistake. So it was a big mistake. I ruined it. So there you go. So if you were the person that purchased that, again, I'll go ahead and say I'm sorry. I do appreciate what you did for me, though. It's very kind for you to purchase that. So what I'm about to do is pour about half of this in here. And I'm going to pour a little bit of this milk. This is heavy whipping cream. 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. And I am just going to take one of these little spatula type thingies and mix this up a little bit before I turn on that mixer so flour does not go all over the kitchen. And if you have one of those little thingies that goes on top, the splash guard things, you do not have to do this. But I don't have one, but it ain't going to stop me. So what I'm going to do is do this twice. Okay, that's pretty good. Now I'm going to do the rest of this. And then I'm going to do the rest of the milk. And just fold that in a little bit. And then, of course, I'll turn the mixer back on and let it finish with the mixer. Okay, that's all she wrote. 3 cups of all-purpose flour and 1 3.4 ounce box of vanilla pudding. That's all that was. And here's the rest of the heavy cream. Now that I'm going to try to scrape this. I don't like leaving anything behind. Groceries ain't cheap, y'all. Okay, there's that. Now we're just going to fold this a couple more times. And then I will let the mixer do the rest. This makes your life and your cleanup just a little bit easier. There's 120 of you here. Thank y'all so much for hopping on here and hanging with me. Someone asked, what was the announcement? We'll go back. I will show you guys once I get this in the oven. It's candles. We're starting a little home line, and this is the very beginning of it. So I'm really excited. I hope these do well. I hope you guys enjoy the scents. I seriously not just saying this because my name's on them, but they really are incredible. My sister-in-law, Morgan, she had a candle company for several years, and she was a huge inspiration for this. And it honestly wouldn't be possible without her. But she shut it down a little while back. And so this is, they're turning out incredible. I seriously couldn't be any happier with how they're turning out. Okay, we're going to let this pound cake mix. I'll show them to you again in just a minute. Hello from Ohio. Hello from Eatonton, Georgia. Shelby, Linda, Penny. Thank y'all so much for being here today. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pour in my little bit of vanilla extract. It calls for a teaspoon. So I'm just going to pour like that. And there's our vanilla. And I'm going to do something. This may bite me in the rear end, but I'm going to try it. I always grease with the butter flavored Crisco and flour my pan. I always do that. But I've used this for like a loaf of bread. I've used this in muffins. But I've never used it for a cake. And a lot of you guys always holler at me when I'm going through all the greasing and flouring. Why don't you use Baker's Joy or something like that? So we're going to do it today. If my cake doesn't turn out, I will never do that again. And I'll go back to my tried and true method. But I'm going to try it today. It saves me a lot of time, a lot of cleanup. And so that's what we're going to do. In fact, I'll go ahead and spray it while this is mixing up. You can find this really at any grocery store. And just coat your entire pan really well. I'm probably going to go heavier than I should, but pound cakes honestly cost a lot of money to make. And if it don't turn out or if it sticks, that's just aggravating. So I don't want that, so I'm going to go extra heavy on my Baker's Joy. I do not like the smell of this stuff. Some of you guys may like it, but butter-flavored Crisco, the smell has never done me dirty. This stuff stinks. That's just my opinion. That don't mean other people may like to smell it. You just want to sniff the fire out of it, but I don't really care for it. Okay, there's that. I'm going to let that continue mixing for just a second. What's your favorite dish to cook? Ooh, that I fix? It would probably either be like my 5-cheese tortellini. That's really, really good. I need to make that for you guys on here. Maybe the chicken and dressing. I'm going to be honest, that's high up on the list. I have fixed that way too much recently for different people. And it is so, so good. I need to do a video on that. I got to get better about my videos. I have been so busy, and I will tell myself, Logan, set your tripod up and do a live. But it slows me down. I love doing this. I genuinely love doing this more than you guys know. But most of the time, I'm in a time crunch to get it done. So if I set up my tripod, I know just give myself an hour. And sometimes I don't have an hour. So that's the reason I don't set it up. So I'm running around like a chicken with my head cut off. And I can't explain. I can't do all that when I'm in such a big rush. So when I have the time, I love doing it this way. I love hopping on here, hanging with y'all. And I always say it's an online family. So I love being able to come on here and hang out with my family on here. So it's fun. I don't like the smell of Baker's Joy either. Okay, so I'm not alone. So if the outside of my cake tastes like Baker's Joy, I'm not going to be happy about it. I'm just kidding. I'll eat it anyway. I'm totally joking, y'all. It'll be just fine. I've made several things with Baker's Joy, and you don't taste it. But I will say I'm glad you don't taste it, because I ain't a fan of it. But if it does the job, it saves. I know you're not supposed to eat raw eggs, but it is what it is. Let's go for it. You say I'm gaining weight? This is why. That's delicious, y'all. Delicious. If you've never tried this recipe, I encourage you to make it. It's so good. Wanda was a great cook who I got this recipe from. She fixed these for years and years for church homecoming, at the holidays. And so it's always fun. A lot of good memories come to my mind. Recipes can bring out a lot of good memories. You think, oh, so-and-so made that, and they may no longer be with us. And it's nice just to remember those people, whether it be by their food or something they said, something they did, good or bad things. Memories can be a really good thing. And so we're remembering Wando. I always think of Wando when I make this pound cake. So our pan is floured and greased. If you're using a regular size bundt pan, like one of the smaller shallow pans, use a loaf pan as well. This makes a lot of batter, and if you put it in just a regular bundt pan, it will run over. It's done it to me. I learned, and I've never done it again. So it will run over. But this here, if you're using just a regular deep bundt pan, it works, and you can get by with putting all the batter in here. So that's what I'm doing today. I want to slide this over and maybe pull this camera down just a little bit so y'all can see what I'm doing here. And we're going to put all this batter in our cake pan. And you can see how thick this batter is. And we're just going to keep going all the way around our pan and use up all this good batter. And this is going to bake on 325 for about an hour and 25 minutes. And my aunt is coming here tonight, my Aunt Susan. Everyone's asking about Kaka. I got to see her, was it last Monday? I think it was. She's doing fantastic. Given her sickness and her diagnoses, I genuinely never thought that here on earth again, we would get to go out and do what we got to do last Monday. So she really is a miracle, and we're so grateful that she's recovering daily. She's getting stronger and stronger, and she walked to the car by herself, and that's a really big deal. There was a time there where we thought she would never be independent again. But we were going to be grateful to have her in any state, but especially to see her improving and coming back to life daily. It really is amazing, and we're so grateful. Very grateful for what the good Lord's done in her life. That would be an understatement. She always talks about how she was reading in the Bible the other day about a miracle, and she said she couldn't help but cry because it has a whole new meaning to her now. And genuinely, it has a whole new meaning to all of us. She really is a miracle. So we're so grateful for her bouncing back to good health. But tonight, my Aunt Susan's coming, and we were at her house last night, and she fixed us for years now. She's been telling me about her pork fried rice, and so last night she fixed it, and she was not lying. It's incredible. So we had this is probably going to be the most strange random menu and combination of food items you've ever heard of in your life. But when you're 73 and you live on a fixed income, you fix whatever. And when you're like me and you're a big back, you eat whatever. So it really didn't hurt my feelings. We had a really good time. She fixed pork fried rice. She fixed cream corn, deviled eggs, and we had some cornbread with it. And if that isn't a random combination of stuff, and it couldn't have been any better. So we had a great time last night. I'm going to pop this in the oven. This is preheated to 325 degrees, and it's going to cook for an hour and 25 minutes, roughly. So here we go. Let's see here. What kind of cake? It's a pound cake. Just a classic crunchy top pound cake. And I need to set a timer. I'll do it right here. Kitchen timer. Let's clear this out. I don't know. Is that right? Nope. I don't think it goes that far. Let's try it on here. If it does, I don't know how to do it. Let's see here. Timer. Okay. Sorry for how long it's taking me, y'all. I just didn't want to say the ALEXA word because everyone cracks me up at how everyone's at home goes off. So I'm using the stove timer. Let's see here. North Carolina here. How many eggs did you? I used 6. Is Aunt Susan your great aunt? She is. She is my grandmother's, on my mom's side, only sister. There was 23 years in between them, no kids in between. So it's pretty wild. She is. So her whole family's been gone for years and years now, and she's just now 73. I guess that's what happens when you're, sorry about all this moving, but it will not stay put. Maybe that'll work. But when your only sister was 23 years older, that's kind of what happens. If my grandmother was still living, she'd be 96. So her birthday was February the 20th. So we were remembering her on February the 20th. I just found out this past Friday I'm allergic to pork. Well, then I do not recommend the pork fried rice. I do not recommend that. Absolutely. That's right, Logan. When you're on a fixed income, that's right. Well, my aunt is great at that. We was down there several nights in a row working on all this stuff. And so a night before she fixed hot dogs and French fries and baked beans. And it's just, I told her last night, I said, I can't tell you, I'm normally the one doing all the cooking. So just to sit back and enjoy was really nice for the last 2 nights. So she's coming here tonight. My parents are out and about. They're going to bring her home probably about 9 o'clock. And if she doesn't see this, then the pound cake will be a surprise. Her favorite dessert, every time she sees me, I'm ready for you to make me one of them crunchy top pound cakes, what she calls it. So when she gets here tonight, I'm going to have a crunchy top pound cake made up for her. So that's going to be, hopefully she'll be surprised. She's been kind enough to let us wreck her home, making all this home stuff. And everything's turning out so good. Okay, we're going to talk about this candle stuff one more time. And while you're on here, we may go ahead and cut up some strawberries and put them in some sugar, and they'll make their own syrup. And then later tonight with the pound cake, we can have strawberries and have some heavy cream. I'll make homemade whipped cream, and it'll be delicious. I saw someone say, how's Pawpaw? Pawpaw is doing great. I've got to spend a good bit of time with him recently. Went down there and cooked. And then last Tuesday, I sang at the Potter's House. That's a ministry he's been involved in for a while. And so I go. When I go to bed at night, I go to bed tired, but a good kind of tired. I'd much rather be busy and helping and doing for others and then get to come on here and spend my time with y'all. So I'm very grateful for what I get to do. So here is the exciting announcement. If you're just tuning in, if you were not here at the beginning of this live, in about an hour, as soon as I end all these videos, the links are going to go live on my website. I am partnering with a friend of mine who's starting his own candle business. My parents have a lot of stray cats, and 2 of them were having a field day out here on the back porch. So ADD, squirrel, I'm back. Sorry about that. But this is the very first, this is kind of the introduction to the line. And his company's called The Old Mill. And so I'm collaborating, obviously, with them. So The Old Mill with Logan Smith. And this is our first scent. It's called Sweet Georgia Praline. It's a 16-ounce container and 14 ounces of fresh soy wax. These were hand-poured this week. And so they're still doing what is called the curing stage. They have to cure before you burn them. So when you burn them, it throws off a stronger scent. And so this is the very first product in the line. And I'll show you the inside. It's a 3-wick candle. I'd give anything if you could smell these. I promise you, once you smell it, you're going to be hooked. I am, and I'm trying to wonder how I'm going to make any profit because I'm going to want to legit burn my profit up. That brings a whole new meaning to burning through your profit. So it really is so good. And then this one, for all you coffee lovers. Some coffee scents knock you down and they give me a headache. I can only handle scents to a certain degree. Anything really, really strong, I'll get a headache and I'm done for. So I want these to throw off a really nice scent, but not just knock you down. I don't want to kill you with a scent. So this one is called Cup of Joe, and it's going to have a label and everything on it. These are our test products. So, but this is what you will receive. We're going to be shipping these by March 20th. I'm selling them for the first time in person tomorrow night at my concert, and then I'll have them at my dad's church on Sunday. So if you want them before they actually go live, come see me Sunday at church if you have nothing else to do. Community Church of Praise, Stockbridge, Georgia. And you can pick you up. I'll have all this in person on Sunday. But this is it. It's in my actual Logan Smith coffee mug. And it's called Cup of Joe. I always say that, especially in the afternoons. I say, I think I need me a cup of Joe. So these here are going to be $25, and that includes the shipping. Now, in person, these will be $20. So, but obviously, you have to charge shipping, or can you order these? You will be able to order them starting tonight. You'll be able to pre-order them. Some will ship Monday, so we have a limited amount, and they're just going to continue to be made, especially since we're just launching all this. And I'll have them in person Friday. I'll have them in person Sunday. And whatever is left of this first batch of inventory will ship out on Monday. And if we completely sell out, that's the reason I'm letting you know that they may not be ready till the 20th or so, because we don't know how well they'll do. Hopefully they do really well, and we have to make more. So this is our first 2 scents. We have Cup of Joe, and we have Sweet Georgia Praline. And this here is a pecan praline with cinnamon and vanilla, and it's heaven in a jar. It really is. It's so, so good. And so I'm really excited about these. And we also have the wax melts. So here's the wax melts. That's the Sweet Georgia Praline, and that's the Cup of Joe. And the O is a coffee bean, if you can see that. It's pretty cool. But these are on here. So on the website, these are going to be $25. There'll be 20 in person, but obviously with shipping, that's kind of a given thing. So these will be 25, and we will also have a 10 ounce of this candle. It's just a little smaller, and I think that's going to be around the 17, 18 margin. And then these here in person will be, I think these are 7. So obviously with shipping, I actually haven't priced shipping on these. So when the link goes live, I have my scale up there and all that. So before I let them go live, I'll have you a permanent price. But if you come see me, these will be 7 in person, and these will be 20. So I'm so excited about them, and I hope you are. I hope you love them. I hope you enjoy the scents. And I'm going to have more coming. This is just the very beginning. So I never get tired of dibbling and dabbling and doing and just having a good time. Life is short. You only live once. Dabble in everything. If something don't work, close it down, take another road. But I will never stop trying and dibbling in other stuff, because I really do enjoy it. People say, do you ever just sit? Not really. Candle warmers are great. They really are. I love it. My parents, this is in my parents' house right now from the tester batch. I think it's right here. This was our very first test batch. And originally I was going to call it Pecan Parlor, but it was too sweet. And I thought, I want to eat this candle. I don't really get the parlor vibe. But I love the name. I like the double P, Pecan Parlor. I like the way it sounded. But it was more of a sweet candle. And so I thought Sweet Georgia Praline was more appropriate. So I love that name. And I'm sold on it. I'm happy with it. And so more is going to be coming. So those are your first 2 items. I guess technically 4 items between the coffee cup, the candles, and the warmers. So I'm really, really excited. And as soon as this live is over with, I will post a link so you can order them. But what I am going to do in the meantime is I'm going to get a container out from down here. And we are going to cut these strawberries. I could end this video. If y'all have other things to do, I totally understand. The cake is in the oven. I'll post the recipe of that as well later with the finished product. So if you missed anything, I will post it later. But also, it's in my second cookbook. If you don't have it, I'd love for you to order one. And I try to ship these out near about every day. I hope it's fit to eat. Second helpings. And this recipe that we just made is on page 86, Wando's Pound Cake. So, and if you are new here, here's my first book. I hope it's fit to eat, a collection of family favorites. And I'm going to maybe pull you over here to the sink for a minute because I don't want to leave you hanging. And an elder told me years ago to always start. Anna, you are correct. The trouble is with a lot of these new ovens is they preheat, especially these newer ovens, the ones my parents have. I'm not a fan of them. I know everybody's going in this new and modern way, but newer ovens, they preheat from the top and the bottom. So if you put it in a cold oven and then you preheat your oven, that top burner is going to just burn the top of your cake and you'll have this black ring on the top. So unfortunately, unless you have an older oven, that cold oven pound cake, you're kind of not able to do it anymore because it'll burn. So if you have an older oven, 100%, I am in agreement with you. Starting it in a cold oven, it works. It's a great method. So you are correct, and I have done that many, many times. But with this new oven, I tried it, and I fried the top of my cake and decided, well, so I did my research, and that's why, because these newer ovens preheat from the top and the bottom burner. So if you try that these days, if it says a cold oven, find out what kind of oven you have to make sure that you're not going to burn your cake before it can really even start cooking the middle of it. So there's your little tip and trick on that. Let me grab these strawberries, y'all, and we will cut those up. And we will have these later. My aunt stayed here. One day, she's been here a lot recently. Since my Uncle Mike passed away, we've been trying to keep her busy. And just won't want her to feel alone. So she's been down here a lot. We've had a lot of fun. And so I would have had all this laid out, but I didn't know I was going to do this, which is just fine. But I'm going to grab a little cutting board here. And we're going to cut these real quick while I have time. Actually, I'm going to rinse these first. I'll be right back in 2 seconds. But I don't want these to ruin, so I wanted to get them cut up before tonight. If you ever want to save a little bit of time, I know a lot of people, or I always wash my fruit, but I like washing it in the container and just letting the water run right through the bottom of it. So that always works out. So we're going to cut these here. I'm going to cut them in, let's see, we'll go half, and then I'll get about 3 to 4 strips out of each strawberry. And then literally all you do is pour sugar over the top of them, shake it around, and your juice will form. Naturally, strawberries have a lot of juice, but adding that sugar, they make their own syrup. And there is nothing better than a warm pound cake with fresh strawberries and then some homemade whipped cream or a little bit of vanilla ice cream, whatever you prefer. It's always really good. Some of these are bad. I'm going to have to cut some spots off. I'm glad we're using them. I hate for anything to go to waste. I just ain't no fan of it. Stuff's too hard to come by these days to let it go to waste. If you have any other questions or anything, I will do my best to watch this screen and talk to you guys while I cut. But being that a knife's in my hand, I better look down when I'm cutting. That's what you want to do, is see me chop a finger off on Facebook Live. That wouldn't be all that good. So I'm going to keep looking down. But if you do have a question, I'm going to do my best to keep looking up and checking for questions. But today is Thursday, so if you are a 9-to-5er, one more day, y'all, and you get your weekend. I hope you get to relax. It's going to be beautiful weather. Go for a walk, sit on your porch. It's going to be beautiful weather. So Saturday, I have a funeral to do. A sweet couple that's been coming to my dad's church since right about the very beginning. So going on 20 years now. She passed away, and so her husband asked would I sing at the funeral, and of course I will. So I will be there Saturday to sing at Miss Trish's funeral. So if you would, keep the Stanley family in your prayers. They're going to need them over the next little bit. She had dementia, and it's sad to watch somebody just fade away, but it's a very cruel disease, and we've seen it way too much. But we know where she's at, and we know she's in a far better place, and she knows who she is again. So that you have to take comfort in that. But keep them in your prayers, if you would. Let's see here. I got about 3 more strawberries. This really isn't as many as I thought it was going to be, but it's okay. I could probably cut them smaller, but I ain't going to. This will be just fine for what I'm doing. Gosh, this strawberry got a whole tree on it. Looks like it. Hi there. Hey there, Jerry. Everyone that's saying prayers, thank you very much. I know the family would appreciate that. I love pound cake. Me too. It's not good on the hips, but it's good for the soul. My light just died. Sorry about that. If it just got a little dark on you. I had a little ring light up above my phone, and it just kerplunked on me. So if it got a little dark, that's why. It's rainy in Wisconsin. How tall are you? I'm about between 5'9" and 5'9.5". I could lie and say 5'10", but I ain't that tall. Probably 5'9", maybe 5'10" with some boots or something on. But my mama always says, when you'd ask her how tall is she, she'd say, I'm 4'11", but I claim 5 feet. So there you go. And she did too. She was 4'11" all day long. Anything else? Beat your egg whites in a metal bowl, start low. I will go back and read that. I'm not sure what anyone is. What you mean by that, when I probably missed the first part of the statement. So I will go back and try to read that later. Okay, this is the end of this. We're going to take that sugar. Oh, there's 2 more right here. I didn't see those. I've never seen so much stem or the leafy part on a strawberry in all my life. They picked these. Just left looks like the whole field on the ends of these strawberries. You look taller. Well, I am not. It was 77 here in West Virginia. That's pretty good weather. I think it pushed 80 here today, but it has felt incredible. In fact, when I end this live video, while my cake is cooking, I'm going to go outside and walk. Number 1, I need to. Number 2, it feels too good not to. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. And enjoy this beautiful weather. But I did want to get this cake done and get it on and go live and tell you all the exciting good news. And because we can dwell on the bad and get down in the dumps, or we can talk about the good and get excited about it. So that's what I'm doing here today. And now I'm just going to pour some sugar. These have already been washed. I don't measure this, y'all. I could not tell you. I'd say maybe a half a cup. I'll go there. And if it don't make enough juice, you just add more sugar. Toss them around. I'm going to put this lid on them and just shake the fire out of them. And all that sugar will turn to juice. And there's nothing better than fresh berries on a hot pound cake. So that's what we're going to have later. And I may go back and add a little more sugar. I'll see. But I think that's going to be enough. And I'll put these in the fridge. And the longer they sit, the more juice that will come out of them. So there's your little tip if you've never done that. I hope you guys make you some fresh berries to go on a pound cake. But thank you guys so much for hopping on here and hanging with me and making a pound cake. I'm going to go take me a good walk, come back, check on this cake, enjoy my evening. Tomorrow's going to be a very busy day from start to finish. I'll be in Conyers singing for a private event tomorrow, which I'm looking forward to. And but I love you guys. Thanks for hanging here. Go pre-order your candles, wax melts, all that good stuff. I will have them on my website within, it's 5:20, by 6 o'clock, they'll be on there. So I'm excited. I'll keep you guys posted on how they do. I'm fine if 200 orders come in and we have to work around the clock. We will do it, I promise you. But I love you guys. Thank you for always supporting what I do. And it means the world to me. Oh, another thing. Goodness of God has released since I did my last live. I talked about it and talked about how I was having so much trouble to get it released. But it is out. So go stream my live version of Goodness of God on your favorite streaming platform. Apple Music, YouTube, Pandora, Spotify, wherever you listen to music. Go listen to it. Go pick you up a cookbook. All my cookbooks, all my CDs, coffee cups, T-shirts, sweatshirts, everything is over on my website, logansmithministries.com. So I try to ship out orders daily. I appreciate your support. I love y'all, and I'll see you very soon. Y'all have a good evening.